Question: does trouble find me, or do I find trouble? Either way, there is always trouble ahead.
I'll tell you another thing.
Am I okay to be here? Am I okay to be here? Am I okay to be here? You tried to get me to leave. Yeah, why? That's a fascist kind of act, isn't it?
I'd ask you to stop filming the protest, please.
Why is that?
Why? Well, because you'll be aware that there were far-right attacks in Rotherham in August, okay? And people don't necessarily want all the details everywhere. So if you've come to join the demo, or to document it, as you've said, I'd ask that you do that by taking notes, okay, like many journalists do, but please stop filming the demonstration.
I've only got one thing to say to you. Refugees are welcome here. You muppet. You don't know who I am. You're a muppet, and refugees are welcome here! Did you hear that? Refugees are welcome here. Don't pick on me because I tried to be independent. Refugees are welcome here.
All day, mate. You're a little Nazi.
That's the fourth time you've come to me.
Nazi scum.
Sort him out.
Go away.
Is this the two-tier policing that Starmer was denying?
Yeah, that's right, yeah, definitely. They're basically telling them after the event it should be while the event to stop it escalating.
I'm quite ad hoc. I do kind of turn up on people and ask them random questions. Hello there, you all right? Urban Scoop?
Yes.
I met this lady a few weeks back at the Holiday Inn Hotel in Manvers. This is a preview of some exclusive video footage recorded on BANAMAN, for which at some point in the future, more will become available. What you are now viewing was recorded on the 4th day of August 2024 at the Manvers Holiday Inn Hotel, Rotherham. For reference, I am now going to take you to an interview with Urban Scoop, recorded on that day.
Just very quickly, obviously you've been witnessing a lot of these things. My name's Banaman on YouTube. Just tell me in your own opinion, what do you think is going to happen from this day forward?
If I'm honest, I think things are probably going to get worse because politicians aren't listening. They've dealt with it all the wrong way. They've shown that there is two-tier policing. The people aren't being listened to and people are resulting to violence.
It looks like they're going violent now. I think they're going into the hotel.
It is. They're trying to get to the
What's happened? He hit me for no reason. I was moving out of the lane. He just fucking went like that.
And they won't let
Look at that.
Yeah, you got me and all the bastard.
You savage! You savage bastard!
I'm a journalist. It's all right. You ask your sergeant. Okay.
I'm his bodyguard.
It's all right. It's with me. Thank you for that. What do you want to say about today? Bit of a shock.
It's been coming for a long time, mate. It's nearly 3 years. We have these people who's housed in this place who terrorise all youths around here, 10 and 11-year-old, asking them for sex when they're walking around the local lake. It's not on. People can only take so much. When do you draw a line?
Obviously, you just got past the police line with your van.
Yeah, I've already been pushing it in bushes once, stood there on my own, doing nothing.
And if you look round, they're all in top wind. They've been waving machetes and everything. And what they's doing? Nothing. Except bullying English.
It may have gone too far today, but that's what it is.
The purpose for myself being at these events are to record for posterity and public interest as a record of events. Many people did not know how this day was going to turn out. It has been brought to my attention after this day that South Yorkshire Police had intel approximately 1.5 weeks prior to this day that there is a strong possibility that violence could occur. At some time in the future on BANAMAN, a documentary is expected to be produced from the footage unseen from this day, but for now, we will concentrate on the kind of people you will always find at these demonstrations, the kind often termed as Agent Provocateurs, whose only purpose appears to be to cause a scene. Well, this certainly did, as you will see later in this video. Let's pick it back up again with Urban Scoop.
You was at Rotherham, wasn't you?
I was.
I briefly interviewed you, do you remember?
I don't know, I'm sorry.
All right, okay. Is this a double interview?
Oh, right.
My name's BANAMAN,
Okay.
so I got my own YouTube channel. When I turned up here, started filming, I was met with hostility.
Yeah, we was.
Is that sort of thing that happens a lot at these protests with these kind of people, should I say?
Whenever I've been at a protest or a riot, yeah, I don't get treated with kindness, should I say.
What it was, right, I'll just tell you what happened, just for your reference. When I approached, I went up the steps and I stood there filming. Two gentlemen approached me 6 inches away with a camera.
About the demonstration, there's a number of people, including me, have got leaflets that you can take away. But please, let's make sure that we stand up and fight back. And just to do what was done earlier on, let's have a bit of chance to show that we're happy to
Sorry?
be here.
How did you find out about the protest today?
I got a telephone call.
You got a telephone call?
Yeah, who are you?
Who'd you get a call off?
Sorry?
Who'd you get a call off?
Who are you? I'll tell you all you want to know. Why don't you tell me your name?
So, who did you get a call off about the demonstration?
Refugees are welcome here.
Refugees are welcome here.
Yeah, you
Are you coming on the protest? Join in the protest then, mate, rather than filming us.
I'm here to document the day.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
who? Who are you documenting it for?
For the people who can't make it.
Which
Who are
people
you
are they?
anyway? Who are
Stand
you?
up to racism. Stand up to racism.
All right, okay.
Just take a step back from each other a little bit. You're
Well, I actually was studying before, and they just approached me, so I'll just carry on.
Him, 'cause he's filming me.
I'm asking you to take a step back.
I'm not going to hurt.
No, I don't think you are, but it'd just make it easier for me to stand here if you can take a step back.
I'd ask you to stop filming the protest, please.
Why is that?
Why? Well, because you'll be aware that there were far-right attacks in Rotherham in August, okay? And people don't necessarily want all the details everywhere. So if you've come to join the demo, or to document it, as you've said, I'd ask that you do that by taking notes, okay, like many journalists do, but please stop filming the demonstration.
I've taken your request on board. Thank you very much for your request.
Okay, again, I'd ask you to stop filming the demonstration. I don't
Yeah,
think
well-
that's unreasonable.
If you go away from me, there's no reason for you to be here, because I was here and you approached me, so I'm just documenting the day.
We're on a demonstration, you've come to film people, it's
It's
not
a public
unreasonable.
space.
Are you live?
for people-
Are you live streaming it? Where are you going to
You know
post
what?
it?
Because your approach, I don't wish to talk to you anymore. Because I thought you were a bit hostile.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty chilled, aren't I? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Everyone's being pretty chilled at the moment, so let's
Yeah.
keep it that way because it is peaceful protest, isn't it? At the end of the day, and that's what it's been up to now. So
yeah.
But people like
I just want to say thank you very much for
things
coming over,
to
because obviously
incite
these people, came to me. Obviously they came to try and antagonise me, is that correct?
I don't think so.
No, I'm-
I mean,
Because
all
when you
I've
put
seen
when
is
you
that
put your
everyone's been
camera
very
up,
calm.
it's like 6 inches away from my face,
But how far is your camera?
about
mate?
12 inches.
Right. Well, let's
you did
not
come to
argue
me,
over
didn't you?
inches.
I did, because I was curious why you're
Well,
filming.
thank you for your interest.
Because lots of far-right people film anti-fascist demonstrations.
Right.
What's to do? I agree
which
with
is
you.
Which is fine. Let's
what do you do?
everyone.
Your
can film
problem isn't with
whatever
me,
they
but
want
you're
to
making it a
film.
problem.
Hang on. Everyone can film whatever they want to film. It doesn't matter. It's a public place. You can film him. You can film. It's a public place. That's fine. All right. But let's not wind each other up. Everyone's here for a peaceful protest.
I didn't come here to wind anybody up.
Right.
They just approached me the way
Alright,
they did,
so-
and not quite winding up here.
Right. Let's stop
Feel free
winding
to
up
leave or stay. It's your choice.
Well,
Right. Why don't we both just leave? You leave that way. You leave that way, and then everyone's left.
I'll leave when I've finished.
Right. I am asking you to please stand at the bottom of the steps. I'm going to ask them to stand at the bottom of the ramp.
Can I just say to you, I actually approached here with my camera rolling.
Right. That's fine.
And they approached me, so I'm not going to move right
I'm
now.
just trying to prevent a breach of the peace at the moment, so I'm just asking you to stand at the bottom of these steps and you to stand at the bottom of this ramp. Is that all right with you
Well,
guys?
I'll do that in 5 minutes' time.
5 minutes, right. Why won't you do it right now?
Because I need to get some footage from a channel.
You can get footage down at the bottom of the
I'm sorry,
steps.
you're actually interfering with my work now.
You can get footage down at the bottom
No,
of the
you
steps.
can go away, please.
I am asking you to move to the bottom of the steps.
Yeah, I've heard what you've said.
Yeah. And these guys are going to move to the bottom.
I'm happy to move, officer. My concern is that I'm worried about the filming in people's safety at risk. I
mean, it's
understand.
difficult. They are in a public place and anyone does have a right to film.
I will move in 5 minutes' time. I will move.
What's the relevance of the 5 minutes?
I just need to get my footage and I can move over there.
Filming me then?
Well, because you're here, you're actually distracting me. So if you leave me alone, I'll be moving in 5 minutes.
Right, I'll just wait here with you then.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to pause the video here and highlight that the lady speaking now on the microphone has got views that may offend some of her comrades, and unbeknown to herself, Agent Provocateurs. I get an interview with her later in the video. Just watch how her comrades appreciate her words of wisdom with contempt.
Around these kind of capital demonstrations, around the slogans that people have been using specifically stand up to racism, that it actually promotes division amongst the working class, to shout at them. No, 100%. And this is why we need to promote jobs and homes and services for all, not racism, and put that as the, actually, that's the similarities between us and them, because at the end of the day, they've been indoctrinated into this ideology by the far right, but that doesn't mean that we should be highlighting the sort of those divisions instead of actually saying we need to reach out into the working class and stand and sort of show them the other alternative narrative. We need to show them a socialist narrative and cut through the racism through that, instead of shouting Nazi scums at them and like off our streets and out it's our streets, because actually that's gonna turn them towards the far right. That's pushing them away from us when we should be doing the opposite, and we should be trying to convince them to come over to our side as the side of the working class for the working class, not reform. Reform pretend to be the party for working class people, pretend to be in opposition to Labour, but that isn't true. And we need to be the real opposition to Labour and the real opposition to the establishment by providing a socialist alternative.
Well, it were all a bit confusing, Mark, because I didn't realise it was you, and I thought you was already talking to the people that had come to film the event, so I couldn't understand why the police had come across to you. And then I saw it was you, and then I thought, well, I'll walk across and see what's going on.
The thing is, nobody bothers to ask why I'm here, they just assume. And I think that's where the big mistake is right at the beginning. What do you think?
Yeah, well, you're an independent filmer, aren't you, Mark? This is the point. You might have your own views on it, but you're coming here to hear both sides of the argument. I'm personally only wanting to hear one side of the argument, and that's the only side I'm interested in, but I know that you probably are more interested in looking at it more objectively.
So Rotherham, there was a protest. Some of these people were here, I recognise some of them. They was led off by the police. I do believe that a lot of these people you see here don't really know the real reason why they are brought to these events. Maybe one day they will talk to me and explain why they are here, instead of acting like what appears to be spoilt brats. I don't really know how best to describe some of these people.
There's two sets of people here, both on the opposite sides of the road. What's your message to each of those sides?
Let's sit in the middle of this road and talk.
You think that's the answer?
It's better than this.
I was at Rotherham. Was you there yourself?
I was at Manvers, yeah.
Yeah, at Manvers. And what I witnessed was violence of unprecedented nature from what I witnessed.
Yeah.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
I don't condone violence. Refugees are welcome here.
Yeah.
But people being judgmental like they are, they're just creating problems for
I
themselves.
agree.
As I said earlier, at some point in the near future, I do intend to release more of this day with more clarity. Let's go back to Rotherham, the town still plagued with more controversial matters, Agent Provocateurs. Now, it's my understanding you might be making a documentary including some of that footage with the people getting arrested for long periods of time. Is that correct?
Yeah, an upcoming documentary is coming out by in school, Tommy Robinson. I'll be featured in that. I've been going around interviewing people, you know, if they've been directly arrested or family members, etc. So that will be out October the 26th, which I believe will be being published at the demo that Tommy's doing.
Interesting. All I want to say is, I believe in freedom of speech. Obviously Stormer doesn't. I just want to say, good luck, and I'm going to try and catch up some more footage before they go.
Okay, great, thank you.
I've got my own conspiracy theory on it, that these were troublemakers pushed in not by the anti-immigration people but by the deep state in the UK, and it was all pre-planned that this is what had happened is, and as the police turned the backs on one group, they then started attacking.
Okay, he's a racist, he's a fascist, and we don't accept
Right, I'm just going to listen to their freedom of speech, as they say, and just see how things go. Thanks for that.
All right, cheers, man.
It's really simple. Refugees and migrants are not to blame for the problems in society. The people who are to blame are the bankers, okay, they're the politicians that have left working class communities to rot over years and years. Whatever organisation, whatever colour their tie is, whatever colour their rosette is, they've let working class communities down. But quite simply, the answer isn't racism.
So, I'm not sure what message they want to tell people, but they tried to suppress the message. The words from this lady's lips were beginning with F. They're actually not really helping themselves or their cause. They're just highlighting how suppressive they are.
Where you've got much lower levels.
I don't believe everybody here is this suppressive, just the odd one or two.
Much more people who've got homes, okay? You've got the far right growing, okay? The far right are in Parliament.
I mean, I don't mind people taking pictures like this gentleman here, you know, everybody here. I don't blame all these people for being like the two over there. I do think they are individuals and don't represent everybody here.
Since the day unfolded the way it did, and this man also took a photo at a public protest, in very much the same way I did, let's just see what his views are when I ask him the question about video and photography in public places.
He represents nobody, wasn't even a councillor.
Can I just ask you, what are your views on video and photography in public spaces? What are your views? What are your views on photography and video in public spaces?
Scandal of housing in this country.
Racist
the
bastard.
lack of social provision.
Beg your pardon?
The scandal
Racist
of poverty
bastard.
You can't say
in this
that.
country.
Oh.
So if you're
You can't say that either.
question and you come up with racism,
You're a criminal.
you're missing the bloody point. You're letting off the Amazons, the Googles, the Apples, the giant corporations who are fleecing us, completely off the hook.
I just want to ask you a question. If someone calls someone a racist bastard, is that a criminal offence?
I'm not going to get into it now.
Well, I'd like to report that someone's called me a racist bastard.
Okay.
Is it? I just want to know, is it a criminal offence?
I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of it now. My job.
I'll just ask you, sorry. Can I just ask you, I've been called...
I've advised my officers not to comment.
That's fair
okay.
play, thank you.
So I'd appreciate
I've just
it
been
if you
called
stop
a
filming.
racist... Listen, I've just been called a racist bastard. Is that criminal?
I will speak to you after you've turned the camera off.
Well, this gentleman here, I'm going to report you now. Him there, it's on camera, I've got the evidence. He's sworn more than once, I told him not to. He said the swear word, I'm not going to say it anymore. I've got the evidence. Will you take his details to follow up an investigation?
Once you've turned the camera off and you can send me the footage and I can review it, yes.
You need to actually go and get his details. Can you just go and get his details? I'll stay away.
I will get his details at an appropriate time. Now's not appropriate. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not willing to...
Well, he's just committing an offence.
He has.
Don't lose him.
They were being literally starved to death. And they came here because of political and economic repression. And they came and settled and helped build the town.
I mean, I'm from just a little part of Rotherham. I'm from near Dinning.
Sergeant 2048, thank you.
Years and years and years had a Ukrainian club. Why did it have a Ukrainian club? Because a lot of Ukrainians came here, not just after...
His details need to be taken now. I've got the evidence. Will the sergeant do anything? Well, we'll see. It would either be a complaint or not.
Polish workers here for the same reason, to dig the coal out of the ground and to support each other, support their families, and support their community. That's what we are as Rotherham.
Can I just say, I do respect the fact that you've been told by a sergeant not to say anything. I understand your situation. Thank you for your service.
To us from Pakistan or from India or from Sri Lanka. We have people coming to us from all over the world.
If you could give people advice at protests, I've obviously got one here who's putting a sign up because he doesn't want us to film. So, yeah, if we just step over here, there we go. We'll just leave him in the background there. Just leave your sign there. We've got the sign. Yeah, refugees welcome here. So obviously they're just trying to stop people filming. Is that like a good way forward in society?
Not really, no, Mark. I mean, seriously, you know, there's only one side of the debate being listened to on the other side, but like I say, from my point of view, I'm only interested in my side of the debate. And my issue is that these people keep going on about refugees, but a refugee goes to the next safe country. So all the refugees we are seeing in France have come through 10 safe countries. Now, as a country, what we should do is send money to the next safe country to where there's an actual issue. Then once that issue's over with, they should then go back to their country once it's all over. But what they're using is it's a guise of saying that these people are refugees when they're really economic migrants. That's why I can't listen to the other side, you know, because the evidence proves that it's not what these people are saying, in my opinion.
Obviously they're making references to Rotherham. You went to Rotherham, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I went to Manvers.
Condone violence. Do you condone violence?
No, because the first thing I said is when I got across to Manvers is I'd seen your previous video on it about a month or so before, and what had happened is the people who were against the immigration had refused to be kettled outside the hotel with the socialists, because we know that the socialists get nasty and antagonistical.
I recognise some of the people here behind were actually at the protest before it all went violent.
Yeah, so from previous protests, we know that the left will have a go at us all the time. They'll get intimidatory. So what I said is, why are we not anywhere near the hotel? We should be on the actual road at the side of the hotel, away from the socialists, because we know that it'll end up with problems. And what happened is the police allowed everybody to be kettled together, but this time, rather than there being 200 socialists and 50 anti-immigration, it became 200 socialists and about 3,000 local Manvers people.
It irks me to hear people talk about women and children when we know that at Manvers there were women and children refugees in that hotel and they tried to burn it down. So what are you telling me? You only care about the kids if they're white. You only care about the kids if they come from around here. What a load of racist nonsense. We're not having that. We're not having that. So let's be clear. We care about people. We care about sexual violence in society. By the way, Tommy Robinson's right-hand man.
When did you join the Nazis?
If you keep following me, I'll deem that as harassment.
You can do whatever you like,
keep your
mate.
distance.
You keep your distance from me.
You keep your distance.
Touch me again.
I am backing you up. You keep your distance. I feel threatened by you. That's a second interaction, and it's on camera. Behave yourself. Back up.
Wrong. You're harassing me.
You go away.
Because I'm a Nazi and I hate people like you.
I am not a Nazi, and that's a criminal offence, and that's on camera.
You just assaulted me.
He's calling me a Nazi. Just have words with him. Have words with him. That's not on. Criminal. Oh, yeah, you're right. There's no room for that in a modern society. Grow up.
It's a big issue from the left. They are attacking misguided white working class communities. When the real issue is Reform UK and Nigel Farage, because they lie to working class people and they tell them that they're sort of an alternative to the Labour Party, which isn't true. the reality is they're more right-wing than the Tories. They're worse than the Tories. They don't want any public services. They want completely everything to be completely privatised. That's the issue. Not working class people who understand that the Labour and Tories are as bad as each other and don't want to vote Labour anymore. That's understandable.
We are proud. It's our country. We're going to keep it. We're going to solve the problems. We are all stronger together.
Now let's listen to what the Agent Provocateur has to say.
Good afternoon. My name's Gordon. I work in Rotherham in Riverside House. I've done for a number of years. I'm a member of the Unison Trade Union. And I'm really proud to be here. I'm really proud to be here standing in solidarity with all of you. You can probably tell by my accent that I wasn't born in Rotherham. I wasn't born in the UK. I've worked here for more than 35 years. And I think if you're asking...
And he does not believe in freedom of speech, freedom of expression, or even the right to stand here and film.
You could say there's lots of valid criticisms people have about society and the way it's...
This man's a hypocrite.
Do you think they're actually sending out the wrong message?
They're definitely sending out a very mixed wrong message. They seem to be living in the past, not the modern age.
One of the issues we have is that they think it's acceptable to call people Nazi scum.
The main slogan after Unite the Kingdom is Stop the Boats. Well, I'll let you in for a little secret. I also think we should stop the boats by having safe passage to this country for refugees and migrants. There are 800,000 empty homes in Britain. There are 800,000 empty homes in Britain. They are not owned by refugees and migrants. They're owned by oligarchs. They're owned by Russian billionaires. They're owned by the super rich. And those people don't give a fuck about communities like Rotherham. They don't care about people like us. But I tell you what, you're not going to get those houses open. You're not going to get houses built by terrorising Muslims. The only way that we're going to do that is if we build a political movement in Britain that can take on the rich and powerful. And I tell you what, if you want to accept racist ideas, you're tying one hand behind your back when it comes to taking on the rich and powerful. So we are saying no to racism, no to fascism. Refugees are welcome. Our Muslim brothers and sisters are our friends, and we're not having it. And we ain't just saying that because it's woke. Because although I'd rather be awake than asleep, we're saying it because we want to take on the rich and powerful. And we need every single person in this country that wants to see a better world on our side. So I'm going to stand alongside you. We're going to say no to racism. We're going to say no to fascism. Well, say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it louder, say it clearer. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. South Yorkshire will be fascist free. 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 Okay, thank you. Let's be proud of ourselves. Let's make some noise.
Am I okay to be here?
I'll tell you another thing.
Am I okay to be here? Am I okay to be here? Am I okay to be here? You tried to get me to leave. Yeah, why? That's a fascist kind of act, isn't it? I'm going to leave now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Because you've shown your true colours.
Nazi scum.
I've just left the area for now. I'll be back, as Arnold says. Basically, I do hear that there's a protest or something happening at 1 o'clock. Obviously, these people are here before 1. Is there something happening at 1 o'clock?
I don't know.
Oh, look, you might
It's
have
1
had...
o'clock now, though, so...
Is it? So I heard that somebody was doing a small demonstration for somebody who got locked up.
I don't have any information about that, sorry.
I thought you'd gone, mate. I thought you'd gone.
Would like a conversation?
No, absolutely not. Okay, so let's be clear, we're not going to be intimidated by racists and fascists that want to film us because it makes them feel strong.
So the reason why I'm here is to highlight what's happening here. As an independent observer, an independent journalist, I don't really know what to make of this right now. The police can't really do much right now because obviously they'll see that as escalating the situation. But I do believe the organisers will be had words with. Mark my words.
Yeah, we had a conversation earlier. I've taken your comments on board. Everything's being recorded.
Well, I do have just one
and it will be
professional question. Will you be having words with them at some point?
We will be speaking to them after this event, yes.
The young guy I've been helping was in a hotel for a year, living ship food, hardly anyone, nothing. They don't get things dished out to him.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Yeah, they do.
My brother were in Colton Park and seeing everything they were getting, he had to pay money for food. But they got it for free. How did that work?
Say it loud, say it clear. 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 Say it loud, say it clear.
Is this the two-tier policing that Starmer was denying?
Yeah, that's right, yeah, definitely. They're basically telling them after the event it should be while the event to stop it escalating.
Say it loud, say it clear. You see, they sound annoyed at us, but the truth is they're annoyed at themselves because they couldn't even get 20 people here today. We've taken a square in with them, and we said we won't allow this to get used again. And we know that racists who hold up slogans like "Stop the Vote" will try and say that it's okay to terrorise Muslims and migrants and refugees.
Save our kids! Save our kids! Save our kids! Save our kids!
There are many, many more.
Save our
Many more. Many more.
Save our kids!
Say it loud, say it clear.
Scandal.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Racist bastards.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome
Don't
here.
get too close.
You assaulted me earlier.
No, that third time you approached me, stay away. That's the...
You go.
Back off!
No, you're threatening me.
You're making me angry now. You're making me angry.
Right. You
That's third time.
Who's streets? Who's streets?
He's approached me 3 times. I've told him not to approach me. What his job is to provoke people. That's the only job he's got.
Racist bastard.
You can't say that.
So if you're
You can't say that either.
come up with racism,
You're a criminal.
you're missing the bloody point.
I got told off before I came here today. I'm meant to be looking after my 8-year-old granddaughter down from Leeds for the weekend while her mum and dad go off on their 10th anniversary honeymoon. And she was looking forward to coming out with me and my partner doing a few good things. And I said to her, I can't do that, I'm sorry, I've got to go to Rotherham to go and protest against some far-right thugs.
We'll take photos before the website.
That's fine. You're allowed to in public. It's fine.
And this woman holding her freedom political prisoners placard. A placard that's saying that those who are put into prison for setting fire to an hotel should be released. Bill Flatties saying that arsonists, that people that should be released from prison, saying that people that went to beat up political protesters should be put in prison. And here she comes, proud herself to look like a complete and utter idiot. We have got all of this saying, begins saying that we want to stand together to oppose this kind of racist nonsense. I've got plenty to say against people who want to have it. Don't use the word piss, please. Please don't use swear words in public.
About when they were smashing London up, you're not saying all about that, yeah. Why?
What could you say to the people watching this?
Meet in the middle. Forget the left, forget the right, forget all this far right, far left. You've got far left here, far right there. Meet in the middle and be a bit of both.
Trying to cause an incident, trying to get someone to stand back and fight back against them. We're not here to have a fight. We're here to stand united, to show that there are more of us together, that no matter what actions these people take, we are decent.
The scandal of housing in this country.
Racist
the lack
bastard.
of social
You see, I think rational, free-thinking minds like yourself here would do better for these people
as a whole if people like you was actually on the microphone?
Yeah, I did take the mic and I did say what I needed to say, and I got some backlash. But at the end of the day, if the left keeps pushing that narrative around, sort of like the class conscious narrative, then that's the main sort
Right.
of
So
thing.
that man behind you with the white thing, I got called a racist bastard, and the police don't seem to have done anything right now. Do you know that man?
No.
We are here showing unity and comradeship. Comradeship, a word that these people don't understand. They're just out for division and setting people against each other.
A suppressor. A suppressor. What you like? You're setting a bad example. Listen to the man's words on the microphone.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud,
No
say
way.
it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Let's get it on the camera here. We want this
He wants it on camera. He wants it on camera.
to hear us say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Parliament took the political parties are not welcome here, but refugees are welcome. Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Our cameramen welcome here, independent.
Are you reporting?
I'm reporting independently, but some of you people think I'm something else.
Independent reporting is not the same thing as racist propaganda, okay? You've joined a demonstration where someone has got a placard that says free the political prisoners.
What I think is right.
You guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
I wouldn't be interviewing if I were you, because it's just going to end up on a far-right channel.
No, it's not.
I
I'm independent. These are men and women. They have opinions of their own. Stop trying to control them. Stop controlling them.
Right.
I
You were on a
agree
Cozy
with
Park
that.
demonstration last week.
That doesn't make someone part of something. See the arrogance of some people.
Yeah, I know.
So let's be clear about what that slogan, free the political prisoners, means. It means that you think that people are political prisoners when they're being perpetrating violence against refugees and migrants. Okay? So that's not about that's not a political prisoner, that's a racist and that's a fascist. So let's be clear. You're joining a fascist mobilisation. You're not an independent member of the media. You're a racist. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're not welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. 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 Okay, so let's be clear about what's happened today. Some far-right racists who tried to come to Rotherham and they found out that they've got no mates, some of them themselves. We've got a load of so-called citizen journalists talking to each other and having to interview themselves because nobody here is interested in that message of racism and division.
There you go. You just heard him gaslight people with a lie because there are people there who want to speak out against people like him in his own party political movement. Let's hear from somebody who went against his attempt to shut down freedom of speech on more than one occasion and failed.
There are many people who seem to be like yourselves who do want to sit and talk.
Yeah.
But for some reason, there's some people on microphones who think they can tell people what to do, how to treat other people.
Yeah.
And I only had one thing to say to him, and the words was, refugees are welcome here.
Yeah.
And he just made me so angry.
I think he's from Chesterfield Socialist Workers' Park.
He's Sheffield SWP. Yeah.
Sheffield.
Yeah.
Workers'
Yeah.
Park.
It's.
Yeah. No, he's a problem.
Yeah, we're not particularly big fans of the approach that they take.
What do you, the viewer, think about the man wearing the black glasses? Is he a fine example of a man gaslighting people, or a fine example of an agent provocateur?
Just because they've got nothing better to do with their Saturday doesn't mean we need to stand here and look at these people for much longer. So what I'm going to propose is that we start to bring our mobilisation to a finish.
As you can hear as he repeats himself, his voice is starting to crack up. He seems to think shouting in a microphone is the correct thing to do. Try turning the mic gain up and stop shouting is my advice. Also, do you not think there is something odd about some of these socialists? They appear to have similar views and thoughts about the system of things, which many of the viewers watching this, irrespective of your wing if any, may also agree with in parts. What these agent provocateurs are doing here is gaslighting their followers as they mix good with bad in order to justify their bad. He has persecuted me enough now. Perhaps it's time to bring it home to him.
Open organising meeting to talk about how we can organise for the mobilisation on the 26th of October. If you're from Rotherham, we're going to try and get something organised similar before that date, and we'll get the information out to people as soon as possible. And as we've tried to say throughout the demonstration today, there's a link between the racists and fascists that feel confident to terrorise communities up and down the country, and the national movement that Tommy Robinson and Nigel Farage are trying to build. And we want to smoke. Well, there's your proof. There's your proof. Okay. So, on the 26th of October, we're going to mobilise to stop it in London. We're not just going to let history repeat itself over and over again. So for one last time today, say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
I was marching against Iraq war back in 2003. So, but at the same time, I don't like the mass immigration because it's just too much. It's too much too.
I can see where you're coming from. I think
it's sort of dividing communities because people feel no.
The only issue is like you can't go about solving that issue in a way that is ethical, basically. So, you know, the reason that they have so many coming in is because at the end of the day, like, it's not something that we can realistically stop unless we get like violent. Essentially, unless we like
structurally, like
from a humanistic
I could do it really easy in one day. At the end of the day, that one day I pick, everybody that I pick up that day, you'd be on a British frigate, landing crafts, drop them straight back on the French beach, say, oh, these escape yachts.
Yeah, the French don't want them though, do they?
But that's the point, I would just drop them straight back on the beach that day.
Yeah. And then we just got like a back and forth with the French.
Again, if we could do that, the government would be doing that.
Okay, I'm going to hand to Jill from Rotherham Stand Up to Racism to finish up. As we're leaving, I would ask that everybody stays together whilst we just get banners down and that kind of thing, and then the people can leave together. Thank you.
I've only got one thing to say to you. Refugees are welcome here. You muppet. You don't know who I am. You're a muppet, and refugees are welcome here! Did you hear that?
Somewhere else, please.
No, refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here. Don't pick on me because I tried to be independent. Refugees are welcome here.
All day, mate. You're a little Nazi.
That's the fourth time you've come to me.
Nazi scum.
Sort him out.
Go away.
That's the fourth time you approached me.
Go away.
Refugees are welcome here.
You've been intimidating people all day. Go away.
Go away.
He's just been threatening me all day.
I'm going.
Right. What I'm asking you to do if you're on the.
You don't need to. I'm going. Fine. No, I'm not actually with anybody.
Right.
I actually think refugees are welcome here,
okay.
but they actually antagonise me right from the beginning.
Just be sensible when you're filming, then. Just.
Do you know what? I'm just trying to put my point forward, like they're trying to tell me I'm a scum.
There might not be
Labelling people as far right because they kind of think immigration is an issue is not right, because essentially speaking, like, it's understandable why you would think that services are getting worse and we can't get jobs and homes because of immigration. But that isn't actually the real reason as to why services are crumbling. It's because we have had 14 years of Tory austerity and we have currently a right-wing Labour government. At the end of the day, it's the political class who want to destroy all public services and who are not building council homes and not building social housing. That's the real issue. And we can live peacefully alongside immigrants if we all have access to the same kinds of services, if we all have access to homes and jobs. And that's like kind of where I'm coming from and what I believe.
Do you have his details before he leaves?
I have his details and I've spoken to him, yes.
Okay, and...
If you'd like to provide me with yours,
yes,
your telephone number and your name,
yes,
then I'll be in contact with you in terms of what we're going to do with what's happened today.
Right. Have you got a business card on you?
I don't, but you've got my collar number, 2048.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Rebecca Duraz. You can ring South Yorkshire Police on 101 and ask to speak to me, and they will email me with your details and I'll ring you back.